Many FGC tournaments, including EVO 2020, have been cancelled due to the COVID-19 outbreak. Although, last night, EVO had an announcement for us, and that announcement was that EVO 2020 would go on, but instead, it would take the form of EVO Online. EVO Online has a different lineup from EVO 2020, so I'm going to talk about it again. If you haven't seen my last EVO video, you can see it right here, although it's kind of pointless because that event is now cancelled, but it's kind of interesting, I think, because you could see what I thought then, and you're going to see what I think now. So, EVO Online, what's the difference? Well, that's simple. The main game lineup has changed. EVO Online's main game lineup includes Under Night In-Birth, Tekken 7, Soul Calibur 6, Grand Blue Fantasy, Samurai Showdown, Street Fighter V Championship Edition, Dragon Ball FighterZ, and the Tournament of Champions, which I'll get into later. Now, with all of these games, a lot of those on this list do not have good netcode, and I think that this is just the type of event I've been waiting for, because it's going to broadcast how bad fighting game netcode is to the general gaming community now, because EVO is a big deal. So Street Fighter V is going to get blown up for its terrible rollback. Dragon Ball FighterZ is going to get blown up because that's terrible. Samurai Showdown, I haven't played it since last September, but I didn't like the netcode in that either. It was pretty bad, so that's going to get blown up. I can't say about Grand Blue Fantasy Versus, haven't gotten to play that yet. Soul Calibur 7 is Tekken 7 is Under Night is There is not one game on the main lineup that has good netcode, and I hope the developers of each of these games just get embarrassed, because they just need to see how bad it is for everyone. They need to open their eyes and just see, we need rollback netcode in our games, and this event is going to be the event that shows that. Because even on an Ethernet connection, these games are not fantastic. It does not compare to the offline experience. I hope this, like I said, it sends a message to the developers. I hope they get embarrassed with their netcode so that it can move the genre forward, and we can be like, alright, we all have to come together and just accept delay-based netcode is not good, and we need to implement a better method, rollback or otherwise, because it's just like every other game genre just keeps getting better and better, but fighting games just are stuck in their ways and don't want to improve something that's so important now, which is the online play. Online play is how most players play these games now. A lot of people don't go to local events, they don't go to tournaments. People either play online or they play single player, and that's why I think, at least, that fighting games need to have a good single player and they need to have good online. A lot of which the fighting games I'm showing to you now don't have. Now, a main lineup aside, you may be noticing something's not there. Yup, it's official. After all these years, Super Smash Bros. Is not at EVO, and you know what? I think that's really funny. And you know what else is funny? Oh well, I'm kinda getting into the champions part of this, but Skullgirls is in EVO. That's right, the game that was booted out of EVO for Smash Bros. Melee gets its revenge all these years later by being put back into EVO and Smash getting the boot. And honestly, I know a lot of people like Smash, but I always felt like it didn't fit at an event like EVO. I know why it's at EVO, because EVO is a big deal, but just if you look around on fighting game communities, Smash's time slot at EVO was always the time to, alright, I get to take a break, or alright, I get to go to sleep if I don't care about Street Fighter. You know, it was just that, and now that it's gone, I don't want to say I'm happy, because it sucks that they don't have their game, but you know what? All feels right in the world. I'm sorry, I just had to say it. Anyway, this Tournament of Champions will be hosting, well, I guess, from the video, from what I gathered watching it, it'll be hosting other fighting game tournaments, or maybe restreaming, broadcasting them, something around that idea, I think. It's going to be featuring 4 open online tournaments, and those games are MK11, Killer Instinct, Them Fighting Herds, and Skullgirls, like I mentioned. Killer Instinct and MK11. Oh, MK11 got back into the roster too. MK11 got kicked out, and people kept making Ed Boon memes and how Ed Boon was happy EVO got cancelled. MK11 is back now. That's so. But it's so, this situation's so bizarre and funny. I just love it. But you know Mortal Kombat. Don't gotta explain that. You know Killer Instinct. Don't gotta explain that. Hey, maybe if Killer Instinct does good and gets good numbers, you get a KI too. I know Microsoft actually needs real games for that new fridge-looking Xbox. The two games that you might not be aware of are Them Fighting Herds, a 2D-based fighter that has a bunch of animals and stuff that I think started as some kind of My Little Pony fighting game back when My Little Pony was like really popular on the internet in 2012, and Skullgirls, like I mentioned. So, yeah, that's just crazy. The dates are July 4th to 5th, July 11th to 12th, July 18th to 19th, July 25th to 26th, and July 31st to August 2nd. And there's no information on sign up, there's no information on anything. I don't even know if they said it's going to be paid or not, but Overall, I think EVO Online is going to be really interesting, and I'm actually more excited about EVO Online than I am the regular EVO, because like I was mentioning in the main part of the video, this really could be a turning point for the fighting game community and fighting games as a genre, because everyone can see, I'm going to repeat myself again, but everyone's going to see how bad our netcode is, and hopefully that gets the developers to change. Hopefully the publishers get aware of that, and the publishers are like, hey, developers, why can't game online, So I look forward to it. Also, I was also a little disappointed because EVO was cancelled, because EVO is like the E3 of fighting games, because that's when all the new fighters, new DLC is announced. Now that EVO Online is happening, I am very, very certain that the King of Fighters 15 will be at EVO. I really want the King of Fighters 15 to be at EVO. That would be amazing. I really, really am waiting for KOF 15. It's the one game I'm excited for. And we got the little splash screen last year, so I hope we get gameplay. And you know what? I hope Shingo's in it. But this online EVO event is a place for other announcements to happen, so we might not only get KOF 15, but a bunch of other exciting announcements. And you know what? I look forward to that too. So now at the very least, the FGC has something big to look forward to, and fighting game fans have something big to look forward to. And I think this EVO Online, even if the matches are subpar and it's not as exciting, will be a good thing for the community in general. In a perfect world, though, I would have preferred just to have the regular EVO, but hey, thanks to COVID-19, we really can't, but at least we have this as a substitute, and this is better than nothing, really. Anyway, tell me what you think about EVO Online. Which game on the main roster are you most excited for? And which game in the Tournament of Champions are you most excited for? For me, out of the main roster, I'm probably most excited to see Street Fighter V, because that game has terrible netcode, and I just hope stupid stuff happens, because it'd be entertaining. And then for the Tournament of Champions, I'm probably most excited to see KI again, because that game is always a treat. That game is just amazing. But anyway, like always, stay safe, have a great day, and goodbye.